We're now going to cover the 5-card poker hand ranking. So this is important. When you reach a showdown, you have to figure out who has the best hand and who wins. So at the showdown, players use the best 5-card combination from the 7 total available cards. So you'll have your 2 cards plus the 5 community cards. It's up to you to find the best 5-card hand combination, and that will be your hand. So you don't make a 7-card combination, you choose 5 of those 7 to represent your hand. And that's what is ultimately ranked. So all of these hands are given some kind of rank or score, and you can just then compare them with one another to determine who has the best ranked hand. All right, so before we get to the actual 5-card poker ranking hands, I want to talk about individual cards. And so this word rank is actually used in playing cards. So the rank is just the number or letter that is given to a card. So you're used to, they range from 2 all the way to 10, then continuing to Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. So this is actually, these are ordered, right? So, 3 is greater than 2, 4 is greater than 3, and so on. Jack is greater than 10, then Queen, King, and Ace is the highest rank. So they actually use the same word. Each card has a rank and a suit. So these suits are unordered. These are spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds. The hearts and diamonds are red. You'll see them down below over here once we get to them, just showing up as text as black. So here's a summary of the ranks over here. You have 2 through 10, and usually when we talk about ranks with 1 character letters, we use T for 10 instead of 1, 0. Then Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, and here are the 4 suits. All right, so one other note is that aces can be either high or low. Usually ace is the highest ranked, but you can use it as the lowest ranked when you're making a straight. So I'll talk about straights a little bit later. All right, so now let's get down to the actual hand ranks. So I'm going to show you the 5 cards that are used to make a particular hand in poker and how they are ranked, starting from the highest rank. Now, I'm not going to show you all 7. This is assuming that you've picked 5 of these 7 cards to use as your, to rank your hand. Okay, so here is so the top ranked hand is called a royal flush. This is when you have 5 cards with the same suit. So they all have the same suit. Here they are spades, and they go from ace all the way down to 10. So you have all of those 5. Now the actual order that they appear on the board or in your hand doesn't matter. So this is also a royal flush down here. So it doesn't matter the exact order as long as you have these 5 cards. They can be any suit, but they have to be the ranks ace down to 10. All right, now, here's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the difference between a 5-card and 7-card, hands. So what will likely happen is that you'll have 2 of the cards that make up a particular hand. In this case, we have the king of spades and jack of spades. So I'm just showing over here, pretend this is your 2 cards for the hand that appear face down, and then the community cards are over here. So what you do here is you pick, all right, the ace of spades, the 10 of spades, and queen of spades to pair up with the king and jack of spades, which will make the royal flush. So all these spades over here are part of the 5-card hand. You just do not use this 4 and 5. They just don't count at all. They're not part of your 5-card hand. Okay, but just to simplify things, I'm just going to show you the 5 cards that make up the hand. You don't ever use 6 or 7 cards. You have to choose 5 of those 7 cards. All right, below a royal flush, so I'm going in order, is a straight flush. So a straight flush is 5 consecutive ranks of the same suit. So here we have 5 through 9. They all have to be the same suit. Here they are clubs. Again, they don't have to be in this exact order, but I'm just showing them to, for simplification. Now, a royal flush is just the same thing as a straight flush, but it is a straight flush that is ace high. All right, next up, so these are all in order. So royal flush is the top rank, straight flush is the next highest. Then below that is 4 of a kind. So you have 4 of the same rank. So here we have 4 eights. Now the other card over here doesn't matter. This could be an ace, could be a deuce, could be a 5, could be a 10, jack. It doesn't matter. what matters for the hand is that you have 4 of the same rank. All right, a full house is when you have 3 of one rank and then 2 of another rank. So here we have 3 8s and 2 7s. So that's a full house. You're using all 5 cards. A flush is when they're all of the same suit, but not consecutive ranks. So here we have a flush. It's not a straight flush, just a flush, all of the same suit. A straight is when you have 5 consecutive ranks, like this, but not of the same suit. So here we are using ace as a low. So ace is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have straights like 10 to ace. You can have a straight, 5 to 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just 5 consecutive ranks. Next up is 3 of a kind. Here, this example has 3 4s. Now the other 2 cards can be anything else, so they don't really matter that much. 3 of a kind. These actually cards do matter if your opponent also has 3 of a kind 4s, and I'll talk about that later. So they do play a role, but they don't matter for the purpose of giving it a name and what rank it is. So this is 3 of a kind. These don't play a role in the actual ranking or the category of the rank, I should say. Next up is 2 pair. So you have two different ranks that both appear twice. So here we have 2 pairs, kings and 6s. The other card, again, does not determine the category. Below that is 1 pair. So here we have 2 6s. The other 3 can be anything else. And lastly, the lowest ranked is just high card. That means there's no pairs, there's no straights, and there's no flushes. So here we have a high card king. That's the highest card that we have in our hand. So there are, I believe, 8 separate categories of ranks. So we'll go in the opposite order just as a summary. So the lowest rank is high card. That's 1. 1 pair is 2. 2 pair is the 3rd. 4 of a kind is 4. Straight is 5. Flush is 6. Full house is 7. 4 of a kind is 8. So I was wrong. And straight flush is 9. A royal flush is just a special case of the straight flush. So it looks like there's 9 total different categories of ranks. Let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's it. Yep. So those are all of the possible hand categories that you can get. You'll always get one of these 9 whenever you're playing poker. The reason they're ranked in this order is that they're ranked on just probability, the odds of you getting it. So, the most rare is a straight flush, then 4 of a kind, full house, and so forth. So these are all hard. So the harder to get a particular hand category, the higher the rank it will be.